Good morning, students. Today I am going to start chapter number 4, Agriculture from Geography. And today's topics are number 1 is economic activity. And economic activity is classified into primary activity, secondary activity, and tertiary activity. And topic number 2 is what is agriculture activity, and topic number 3 is what is arable land, and topic number 4 is classification of cultural activity. Number 1 agriculture, number 2 sericulture, number 3 is pisciculture, number 4 is viticulture, and number 5 is horticulture. But students, first of all, we will take overview of agriculture. Students, as you know very well that in India, agriculture is a very important and primary activity. And still, near about 2/3 of India's population is dependent upon agriculture activity to complete their needs and requirement or livelihood. And students, those people who are busy in different kind of occupation, trade and business, mostly they are all dependent upon agriculture activity, or they are running agro-based industry. Agro-based industries means the industry which are producing finished item which is made by the agriculture products. All right. So students, in India, agriculture is a basic and primary activity because of suitable climate. Students, you know very well that the climatic condition of India is very good, and we have 3 types of seasons: summer, winter and rainy season, and fertile soil also, and abundant rainfall also, and also rivers which are the sources of irrigation. All right, that's why people of India are able to grow different kind of crops. All right, after that, students, your topic number 1 is economic activity. So students, the definition of economic activity is when people are gathered in marketplace for trade and business, sale and purchase, and they are doing many kind of activity like job, business, only to earn some money to complete their needs and requirement. And students, the transformation from a plant to a finished product involves 3 types of economic activity, in which these are primary, secondary and tertiary activity. All right. So students, primary activities are related to the extraction of minerals and doing agriculture activity, and also rearing livestock or dairy farming and fishing, or all the examples of primary activity or basic activity in which we are producing. All right, after that, secondary activities are related to the processing of these resources or conversion of raw materials into finished products or item, or we can say manufacturization. For example, if growing wheat in a field is an example of primary activity, and students, when that wheat changed into a flour with the help of some machineries into the industry, or people converting wheat into a flour, that is a conversion of raw materials into the finished products or item. And when that flour used to make bread, bun or biscuit, this is also known as processing or conversion of raw materials into finished item. And students, like manufacturization of steel and steel based products are the example of conversion of raw materials into finished item. All right, after that, third one is tertiary activity. And students, tertiary activity is very important because it supports the primary and secondary sectors through the services. Like tertiary sector provides transportation, trade and business, and banking and insurance and advertisement, etc., etc. All right, so students, you know very well that from field to industry we have required a good transportation system for the transportation of goods from the agriculture field to the industries. And after that, we have a requirement of advertisement to show our products into the marketplace, and trading system, and also banking for the transfer of money from one place to another place. All right, after that, next one is what is agriculture. So students, the word agriculture is derived from Latin words ager or agri, and the meaning of ager or agri is soil, and the meaning of culture is cultivation or tilling of soil. So students, agriculture is a primary activity in India. All right, so student, we have to learn that what is agriculture activity. So students, agriculture activity includes growing crops, fruits, vegetable, flowers, and rearing of livestock. All right, this all the example of agriculture activity. And students, in all over the world, 50% of persons are engaged in agriculture activity, And as I told you above, that two-thirds of India's population is still dependent on agriculture activity only to earn some money. Okay? And students, as I told you above, that for the agriculture activity in any parts of the world, people required a favorable topography. Topography means physical features of an area. Like in India, the northern part of India is covered by the mountains, and the northeastern part of India is covered by the dense forest, and western part of India is covered by the desert, and southern part of India is also covered by the dense forest and plateau region, and central part of India is also covered by the plateaus. Only the northern plains of India has a very good soil. So student, this is all the example of topography. After that, agriculture activity required a good soil and very good climatic condition, and all these are very important to grow any kind of crop. All right. After that, student, next one is, what is arable land? So students, the definition of arable land is the land on which the crops are grown is known as arable land. All right. So students, in map which is given in your book, you can see and understand that agriculture activity is concentrated in those regions of the world only where all the favorable and suitable factors for the growing of crops exist. All right. It means we can say in another word that where there is favorable topography, soil and climate are exist and available, only people they are doing or busy in agriculture activity. All right. After that, students, your next topic is classification of cultural activity. So students, in my above explanation, as I told you, the meaning of culture is cultivation. So students, number one is agriculture, in which the science and art of cultivation on the soil, raising crops and rearing livestock like dairy farming or fishing, etc., is also called farming. After that, next one is sericulture. So students, commercial rearing of silkworms, which is also a very important source of income for the farmer. Next one is pisciculture, in which breeding of fish in especially constructed tanks and ponds for the selling of fish into the market. After that, viticulture, it means cultivation of grapes, and horticulture is stand for growing vegetables, flowers and fruits for commercial use or for trade and business. All right, students. So, students, that's all for today. Listen my lecture very carefully, and if you have any doubt or confusion, then contact me. All right. Thank you and have a nice day.